10 minutes of your time. It's not new to me, but this is definitely a different video from what I normally post. This was just something that was dropped in my spirit, and I feel like I just wanted to, or I need to release this. So I really just want to speak on, as you know, if anybody watches my videos, I'm big on healing, self-love. I'm just big on those things. Due to some things that I went through a few years ago, it pushed me and forced me into my healing process, my healing journey. I have come a long way. I've grown so much emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. Am I perfect? God, no, I'm not perfect. But I can honestly say that I am healed in a lot of areas. I feel like there's always something that we have to work on. But just for anybody out there that's questioning, are they on the right path? Are they doing the right things? I just wanted to share some of the characteristics of a healed woman or a healing woman. So I did take some notes because it's a lot, and I didn't want to forget anything. So I'm going to try to elaborate on these just a little bit. It's about, I got 10 of them. I'm not gonna get through 10 with this video, with the time limit on the video. But one of the first things that you will notice about a healed woman or a healing woman is her self-awareness. When you're self-aware, you understand your strengths, you understand your weaknesses, and yet you are comfortable in your own skin. You don't need validation from anybody. You don't compare yourself to others. You are aware of your strengths and your weaknesses, but you don't let that define your confidence in yourself. As far as your weaknesses, I can say that we all have weaknesses, and we cannot let a weakness define who we are as a person, as a whole. Let me say it that way. So we're comfortable in our own skin. I'm very comfortable in my own skin. I wasn't always like this. I used to always be that person that would compare myself to people and feel like, I shouldn't be in certain places. Like I was beneath other people. My self-esteem was that low. It took me to go through my healing process to really know who I was as a person and to embrace everything about myself. Secondly, one of the things that I really, really struggle with is emotional balance. This is where your self-mastery comes in. When you have an emotional balance, you're able to process and regulate your emotions in a healthy way. The unhealed me, screaming, yelling, fighting, cussing, that was how I handled it. But I really, really struggled with this. And it went from screaming, yelling, wanting to fight to I would express it in words, but they were aggressive. And I would, in the process of me expressing my emotions to whoever I needed to express my emotions to, it would come off as aggressive. It would come off as sometimes disrespectful. And just disregarding their feelings. So thank God I have mastered that. I'm in a place now to where I can express my emotions in a very respectful way, but I'm also gonna stand on business on how I feel. I know that I'm allowed to feel what I feel as long as I express that in a healthy way and I process that in a healthy way. My feelings are always valid. My emotions will always be valid. I will never let or allow another person to make me feel like my emotions are not valid. So the third one is you're able to set healthy boundaries. And how you're able to set healthy boundaries is because you know your worth. When you know your worth, you're going to protect your energy. You're going to protect your space. You're going to set your boundaries and you're going to stand on them. I used to be this very passive person, just allowing people to use me and say things and, you know, do things and just kind of passive. And it was more so like a passive aggressive. And by the time I express myself, I'm screaming, yelling, and cussing, which goes back to emotional balance. Now my boundaries are set. It's not that I don't care how a person feels, but I know my worth and I won't settle. You know, it goes to, you know, people ask me all the time, which I made a post about it. Why am I single? I know my worth. I am not going to settle. Am I picky? No. I know my worth. It's a big difference, okay? But just knowing your worth, setting clear boundaries, and standing on business, okay? I may not get through all of these, y'all. I may have to do 2 videos. Number 4 is forgiveness. When you are a healed woman or you're in your healing journey, you learn to let go of past hurts. You learn to forgive not only other people, but yourself. You don't let those moments define you. You don't let your hurts define who you are. You don't let those control your life. And I was stuck in a place where that was one of the biggest things for me, was to not only forgive others, but to forgive myself. But once I mastered that, I've forgiven people and I've forgiven myself, and I have completely moved on with life. It takes too much energy to harbor those things. It takes too much energy to dwell on those things. You know, just work on letting it go. And every time you remember, every time you think about it, forgive. That's all you can do. Forgiveness is a choice. That is something that we have to consciously do every day that we wake up. And if you think about something, forgive. Okay? All right. Number 5, self-love. Self-love. I am so big on self-love, y'all. I have learned to prioritize my self-care. I don't need external validation. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. That's not any of my business. I used to be that person to care what people thought about me. I don't care. And it's not from a place of being nasty. It's just from a place of peace. I don't care. I know when to put myself first. I know that I don't have to answer text messages right when somebody texts me. If I don't feel like talking, I'm not going to answer the phone. And if I don't feel like responding, I'm not going to respond just then. I know how to prioritize myself now. I used to feel like I have to put myself on the back burner, you know, or, you know, always be available, readily available for other people. I'm done with that. Number 7 is, number 6, I'm sorry. Resilience. Resilience is when we grow stronger in our adversities. We don't let our adversities define who we are. I have definitely grown from my adversities. I have went through a lot. I've had a lot of challenges within the last 3 years of my life. And I can definitely say that I've grown from those challenges. I've grown from those adversities. So that's number 6. Number 7. Well, let's go back to self-love really quick. Self-love, y'all. When you love yourself, you never put yourself in situations to where you have to lower your standards. You have to disregard your boundaries. When you love yourself, I don't care, especially when it comes to relationships. I don't care how good somebody looked at you. I don't care how, if they, everything that you want physically in a person, in a man, and if you have to settle, if you have to disregard your boundaries, it's a no-go. Okay? So I am going to have to do a part 2 and start back with number 7, but I'll post it shortly after this one. Bye.